So flow control is synchronization between fast sender and slow receiver. So we have got various data link protocols to deal with flow control. Yes. So we have certain protocols for noiseless channel and for noisy channel. Yes. So noiseless channel means the channel which is not prone to error. Ideally, there is no channel called as noiseless channel. All channel will be noisy, meaning with there is some chance of your frames getting lost during transmission. Yes. So the noisy channel, the protocols are stop and wait ARQ, go back N ARQ, selective repeat ARQ. Yes, we'll see a few of the protocols one by one. In sender side, the network layer will give the traffic to the data link layer. In turn, the data link layer will do all its functionalities such as framing, error control, flow control, etc., and will then give that particular frame to which layer? Sender side, data link layer will get data from network layer. Here you can see the sender is sender side and receiver side. In sender side, the network layer is sending the data to data link layer. In turn, data link layer is sending to physical layer, which is getting communicated along the physical layer. And you can see in the receiver side, the physical layer receives the data, give it to data link layer, and then the data link layer responsibility is to give it to the network layer. You know what is framing, what is encapsulation. Whatever data is given by network layer, the data link layer will encapsulate in its own frame, add a header and give it to physical layer, which will be transmitted. Similarly, the physical layer in receiver side will remove its peer header and then deliver the remaining data to data link layer. Data link layer will remove its peer header and then will process or do everything with which is meant for data link layer, and when will then deliver it to the network layer. Yes. Whenever a data frame is received by the receiver has to send an acknowledgement frame to the sender so that the sender is aware that the data is received by the receiver. In case of stop and wait protocol, why the name stop and wait is the sender will send a data frame and then it will stop from sending the next frame and wait to receive the acknowledgement frame. I repeat, why it is called a stop and wait protocol is the sender will send a data frame and will stop from sending the subsequent frame and wait for the acknowledgement frame to be received by the sender, and hence the name stop and wait protocol. Yes, so here you can see a frame is being sent by the sender. Only after the acknowledgement is received, the sender is sending the subsequent frame for which again the acknowledgement has to be sent. Yes. So far we saw that there is no noise in the channel. That means there is no loss of frame or loss of acknowledgement. Yes. If there is no, if it is a noiseless channel, that means we assume that there is no loss of data because of the characteristic of transmission or the medium. Ideally, there is no channel which is called as a noiseless channel. All channels are noisy channels. That means it is subjected to loss of frame or acknowledgement. Yes. So now we'll go to noisy channel. Few of the protocols are stop and wait, automatic repeat request, go back N, selective repeat, automatic repeat request. I'll just explain one by one. I told you basic stop and wait protocol is the sender will send the data and then wait for an acknowledgement and retransmit. So in noiseless channel, it is fine. In noisy channel, how long should the sender wait for an acknowledgement? Should the sender wait for an infinite time? Yes. So what is the solution? Whenever a sender is sending data, it will also start a timer and wait until the timer expires for receipt of acknowledgement. If the sender doesn't receive an acknowledgement until the timer expires, receiver side, and here in addition we have got a timer. Yes. So whenever a sender has got anything to transmit, it will start the timer. Yes. And then send frame number 0. Yes. So in turn, you see SN represents the next frame to be sent by the sender. RN represents the next frame to be received by the receiver. Yes. If next frame to be sent is 0, so frame 0 is sent. The next frame to be received by receiver is 1. Therefore, acknowledgement 1 is sent. After receiving acknowledgement for this frame, you can see the timer is stopped. Yes. Now the subsequent frame to be sent is 1. Again, a new timer will be started. You can see frame number 1 is getting transmitted, but unfortunately is getting lost during transmission. Yes. So after sometimes the timer times out and the sender doesn't receive any acknowledgement. So it assumes that either the frame or the acknowledgement has been lost, and therefore what it does, it resends the frame 1. Yes. So it resends frame 1. So subsequently now the frame has not been received. So the next frame expected continues to be 1. When frame 1 arrives, it will RN will move to 0 and acknowledgement 0 will be sent. Yes. So now you see acknowledgement 0 is received. Now frame 0 is resent. Now the next frame to be received is acknowledgement 1. Yes. You can see acknowledgement is getting lost during transmission. Yes. If acknowledgement is also lost, again the sender will not know whether it is the loss of frame or acknowledgement. So what happens? Once the timer times out, frame 0 will be resent. Yes. So but what is the number of the frame which is expected by the receiver? It is frame number 1. But since the previous frame has been resent, it will be the frame 0 which has been received by the receiver. Yes. So what happens? Naturally, the receiver will discard the frame received as a duplicate frame. It will not store it in its side. Yes. Instead, again it will send an acknowledgement called as acknowledgement 1. The sender doesn't mind whether the frame sent has been stored or received. So it knows that the next frame which is accepted by the receiver is acknowledgement 1 and then resends the frame. Yes, if the frame sent is 0, acknowledgement will be 1. Yes. If frame sent is 1, acknowledgement will be 0, meaning which acknowledgement sequence number represents the number of next frame expected. Is it fine? Yes. So here what is a timer? Whenever a frame is sent, yes, so the timer is started. Yes. So what will the sender do if timer expires and no acknowledgement? Yes, what will the sender do if timer expires and there is no acknowledgement? Yes, good. It will resend the frame. Yes. So after resending the frame, again the acknowledgement will be sent by the sender. What will happen if frame 0 is lost? Yes. So if frame 0 is lost, how will the sender react to it? What will be the reaction of both the sender and receiver? Yes. If frame 0 is lost, what will happen in the sender side and what will happen in the receiver side? Yes. Remember, frame is lost. So in the sender know that it is a duplicate frame? Because the next frame expected by the receiver is frame number 1, but again it had received same frame number 0. Good. It is just transmitting a frame. You know, the sender and receiver is not within a room. The sender is present in one network and receiver is present in some other network. So whenever a sender transmits a frame, it will take some time for the receiver to receive the frame, and again the receiver should send an acknowledgement, and the sender will receive the acknowledgement after certain time period. And you know, as the characteristic of noisy channel, sometimes the frame or the acknowledgement will get lost during transmission, and therefore the retransmission has to happen. If it transmits in this way, transmitting one frame, waiting for acknowledgement, then you have to type your message and wait until the next day to receive that message. Yes? So if it is a noisy channel, so that can't be accepted. So what is the solution for it? Instead of sending frame by frame, you send a group of frames and then wait for an acknowledgement. In case it is a successful transmission, then you need not resend the frame. Only in case of there is unsuccessful transmission, the loss of frame or acknowledgement, then the receiver and the sender has to deal with it. I repeat, the disadvantage of stop and wait protocol is that whenever you transmit, it takes some time for the packet and acknowledgement to get transmitted, and therefore you are wasting your bandwidth. Even though the bandwidth is available, you are not transmitting. So the alternate for this is, instead of transmitting frame by frame, you transmit group of frames and then wait for an acknowledgement. So only if, say, you are transmitting frame number 0 to 5, yes, only in case of loss of frame number 2, you have to retransmit all frames starting from frame number 2. Yes, if there is successful transmission, automatically your receiver will say the next frame expected is frame number 6, and therefore you need not retransmit any packet. Again, coming to this go back N protocol, it is not modulo 2 arithmetic. In previous case, we saw modulo 2 arithmetic. That means it's only zeros and ones. The sequence numbers are represented as zeros and ones. Yes? So one frame is 0, the next frame is 1. But here we are going to send group of frames. So we are using modulo 2 power m arithmetic. Yes, m represents the size of sequence number fields in bits. Yes. So meaning which the sequence number can be either m bits, yes, 2 bit or 3 bit. If m is equal to 2 bits, if m is 2 bit, size of the sequence number field in bits, and that many frames you can transmit without receiving an acknowledgement. Yes. So here you can see m is, can you guess what is the value of m here? What is the value of m in this diagram? m minus 1 is 15 because there are numbers 0 to 14. Therefore, m must be obviously 4 bit. Yes. So 2 power 4 is 16. 16 minus 1, 15. So the size of the sender window is normally fixed as 2 power m minus 1. Yes. So if m is 4 bits, then the size will be 2 power 4, 16 minus 1, which is 15. Since the naming terminology, we start from 0, we can number the frames starting from 0 to 14. I repeat, the sequence number field is 4 bit. Therefore, the window size of sender is 2 power m minus 1. That means you can send 15 frames without receiving an acknowledgement. The frame number is numbered from 0 to 14. Yes. So you have got certain pointers. You know what is a pointer? Yes. So you have got certain pointers in the sender window, because we are not going to send all the frames at a time. SF represents the first outstanding frame. That is the first frame to be transmitted. In the beginning, it will always be 0. SN is the name of the number of the next frame to be sent. Yes. See, you should understand this diagram very well. I repeat, you have pointers. SF is the first outstanding frame. SN is the next frame to send. That means how many frames are allowed to be sent in sender window? Can you just type in your chat? How many frames are totally allowed? Yes, from this window it is 15. 15 frames can be sent without receiving an acknowledgement. The frames are represented from frame number 0 to 14. Yes, so you can see here 0 to 6 are frames sent but not acknowledged. Yes, that means frames, if you can send 15 frames, you are not sending all 15 together. What happens? You know that how the scheme works. The network layer will give frame number 0 to data link layer, and data link layer will send frame number 0 to physical layer. Then frame number 1 will be sent by network to data link layer, and frame 1 will be processed and sent to physical layer. Yes. So one by one, as the physical layer receives this, it is transmitting across the communication medium. Yes. So now it is not stop and wait protocol, and it is not waiting for acknowledgement. So it transmits frame number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yet there is no acknowledgement. Yes. So because acknowledgement too takes some time to be received, because the receiver has to process this frames, has to see whether the frame has not been damaged. Not only it is lost, but also we have got certain error detection algorithm in data link layer, which will check if the frame has not been damaged. Only then it will send a positive acknowledgement. So until then it waits. Yes. So now you see at a certain stage, now the acknowledgement frame has been received as frame number 3. Yes, that means the receiver has sent an acknowledgement 3, meaning which the next frame to be expected is frame number 3. That means 0, 1, 2 has been successfully received by the receiver. So what the sender does is it moves the SF pointer to 3. Yes, so though it has sent until 6 frames, SF will move only if for a successful acknowledgement. Yes, so SF moves to 3 and waits for further acknowledgement. And when the frames are received from the network layer, the sender will continue to transmit. After transmitting 7, this SN will move to 8. Yes. After transmitting 8, it will move to 9 and so on. So SN will move separately, SF will move separately. Can anyone type when SF will move and when SN will move in sender side? Yes. When SN and when SF will move. Yes. Go through this diagram, say when the pointer SF will move and when the pointer SN will move. This diagram shows movement of SF alone. Yes. Yes, you can refer here frames that can be sent but not received from network layer. Yes. So once it receives from network layer, this can be sent and therefore SN will be moved to 8. Yes. These are the frames which has been sent. So once SN moves, the sender will send this frame number 7. Yes. And this window, it will move from 6 to 7. That means these are all the frames which has been sent but not yet acknowledged. But once the frame has been acknowledged by the receiver, SF will move. If acknowledgement is 3, SF will move to 3. If acknowledgement is 4, that means the receiver has received frames until 3. Therefore, SF will move to 4. Yes. So after receiving an acknowledgement only, the pointer SF will move. When does the pointer SN move? SN will move when the frame number 7 has been received by network layer to data link layer, then SN will move and the sender can transmit this frame number 7 to receiver, and remember this will be shown as orange color just for your illustration. Yes, so there is no coloring code all, and that means that SN pointer is moving. That means within this window 7 frames can be sent, so frame number 7 will be sent. Yes, so just remember SF moves when you get an acknowledgement, SN moves when the frame is received by the upper layer. Yes, so this is shows the sender diagram. We'll go to receiver window. You can see, note that in receiver sender window, the size was 2 power m minus 1. Whereas in case of receiver window, the size is just 1. That means only one frame will be here, the next frame expected. Yes, so from the previous diagram, you can see the next frame expected is frame number 3. Yes, so that means the receiver has received only frame number 0, 1 and 2. All other frames, though it has been transmitted, it is under processing. It has not been received by from the physical layer to data link layer. That's why it's not acknowledged. Next is selective repeat protocol. We'll see about the difference between stop and wait, go back N, and selective repeat protocol. Yes, in case of stop and wait protocol, the sender will send just one frame, receive an acknowledgement, and then only will send the second frame. In case of go back N protocol, the sender can send N frames without receiving an acknowledgement, but the receiver window size in case of go back N is just 1. If a particular frame is lost during transmission, only after that frame is being resent by the sender, the receiver will be moved or will be able to slide the window. Yes, if frame number 2 is lost and frame number 3 and 4 are sent by the sender to the receiver, even then if frame 2 is lost, the receiver will send the acknowledgement number as acknowledgement 2. So the sender has to send all the frames starting from frame number 2. Yes, so we saw what is the disadvantage of this stop and wait protocol, because it cannot send frames, and therefore the bandwidth is wasted. In case of go back N protocol, the advantages, there is no effect if acknowledgement is lost and bandwidth is better utilized. Yes, now we go for selective repeat protocol, because in case of go back N protocol, the receiver window size is 1, and even though a frame is successfully received by the receiver without any damage or being lost during transmission, the receiver does not store the frame, and hence the sender has to resend the frames. Yes, in case of selective repeat ARQ, the receiver window size is increased so that whenever a frame is successfully received by the receiver, it will get stored in its own memory and it will send a negative acknowledgement for the frame being lost. That means if frame number 2 is lost during transmission, it will send negative acknowledgement 2, and further frames, frame number 3 and 4 will be saved and will not be sent to the layer above it. Only after frame number 2 is received by the receiver from the sender, all frames starting from frame number 2, 3 and 4 will be sent to the upper layer. Yes, you can see the sender window for selective repeat ARQ, the same as that of go back N protocol. There is no change. The sender window size continues to be 2 power m minus 1. Yes, so here you can see SF denotes the first outstanding frame. Yes, so those marked in orange color, it means that frames sent but not acknowledged. These are the frames which are yet to be sent. Yes, because only after the data link layer receives the frame from the upper layer, it will be able to send it to the physical layer. So that's why it's waiting here. Yes, so you can see the receiver window for selective repeat, whereas in go back N it was size 1, whereas in case of selective repeat, here it is 2 power m minus 1. Yes. So these frames, these many frames can be received and stored for later delivery. You see, Rn is the receiver window. That means next frame expected is frame number 3. Yes. So you see, if frame number 4 is received, it will be stored. If frame number 7 is received, it will be stored. If frame number 9 is received, it will be stored. Yes. Once frame number 3 is lost, the receiver will send acknowledgement as acknowledgement 3. Yes, that is the name of the next frame to be received. So once the sender sends frame number 3, the receiver already has stored the frame number 2. Therefore, it will send frame number 3 and 4 to the upper layer and then will send acknowledgement 5. That is, Rn will become 5. Yes, so it will send acknowledgement 5 to the sender. Now the sender will send frame number all frames which are not yet acknowledged. Yes, it will send frame number 5 and then the receiver will send acknowledgement 6. Then frame 6 will be sent. Then all frames 5, 6, 7 will be sent to upper layer and acknowledgement 8 will be sent by the receiver. Yes, so frame 8 will be sent by the sender. Then frame 8, 9 will be sent by the receiver to the upper layer and this will go on. Yes. So we'll see with an illustration. Yes, you can see the sender window, the receiver window size is big. Yes, so frame 0 is sent, acknowledgement 1 is received. Listen here carefully because the questions asked for your exam will be this illustration. Yes, I'll give a scenario wherein I'll say frame 0 is sent successfully, frame 1 is lost, frame 2 and frame 3 is successfully sent, acknowledgement 1 is lost. Yes, a scenario I'll just give and I'll ask you to do this or draw this illustration for stop and wait protocol, go back n protocol, selective repeat protocol. Yes, so you should be very careful in depicting the timer. Yes, you should remember that for every frame sent, a timer will be started. Yes, so for every frame sent, the timer will be started and the acknowledgement is expected to be received by the sender before the timer expires. Otherwise, the sender will resend the frame. Yes. So I repeat here, frame 0 is sent, acknowledgement 1 received, frame 1 is lost during transmission, frame 2 is sent. You see here, unlike the previous protocol, here the frame 2 is successfully received and is saved in the cache of the receiver. Yes, but it is not delivered to the upper layer, it is just saved. Yes, now frame 3 is received by the receiver, again frame 3 is being saved. Yes, so now after receiving frame 2, the receiver, instead of sending acknowledgement 3, it sent negative acknowledgement 1. That means frame, it doesn't convey any other thing to sender, but the only thing conveyed is frame number 1 has been lost during transmission. So what does the sender do? Again, it will start a timer for frame number 1 and will resend the frame. Now frame 1 has been successfully received. Frame 2, frame 3, it's already been saved. Yes. So what is the frame that is expected by the receiver? It is frame number 4. Therefore, it sends acknowledgement 4. You can see here Rn is represented as 4 and now the frame number 1, 2, 3 will be delivered by data link layer to the layer which is above it. Yes, so you have a concept called piggybacking. Yes, so piggybacking is as you had already said, the bandwidth utilization is very precious in case of network. Yes, so what we do here is, you can see the receiver sends an acknowledgement as a separate frame and a data packet as a separate frame. Yes, so you see that there is waste of bandwidth here. So whatever we do, once connection is established establish between a sender and a receiver, yes, both the sides will send data to each other. Not that A is sending to B, B only receives the data. After connection, we will see it in detail in transport layer. When the connection is established between a sender and receiver, A sends data to B as well as B sends data to A. Yes, so for whatever data is sent by A, B has to acknowledge. Whatever data B has to send to A has to acknowledge. Yes, so it is two-way communication or full duplex communication. Yes, so we are wasting bandwidth because for every frame send, there is certain header and trailer part attached to it. That means additional information such as checksum and other details will be attached. Yes, so what we do is, if B has something to send it to A, we don't send the acknowledgement for previous frame as a separate frame. Instead, we embed the acknowledgement of the previous frame in the next frame, which is sent by the receiver itself. I repeat, yes. So we are piggybacking. Yes, so piggybacking is adding additional data. We are piggybacking the acknowledgement along with the data in order to utilize the bandwidth effectively. Yes, yes. So that's about flow control.